Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 12 of season 2 to my let's play of Agrarian Skies. I really hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I would really like to apologize for the lack of uploads over the past few days. It is nearing a week since my previous episode, guys, but there's a good reason for that. If you remember, in the previous episode, I was losing my voice. Episode 11 and 10, I started losing my voice here and there, and it was getting really croaky, as it is a bit now, and it's because I was getting a chest cold, guys. I woke up a morning after one of the previous episodes feeling like I was just feeling terrible, guys. I was curled up in bed, I could barely talk, let alone barely breathe. I had just a very bad chest cold. Nothing, no headaches, nothing else, just coughing and yeah. Anyway, guys, so I'm sort of back. I may be sniffling a little bit here and there, and maybe I'll try and cut out if I'm dying off camera sort of thing. But anyway, so I would really like to thank you guys for your kind and caring comments and tweets and everything, guys. It was awesome. I let you guys know in a comment on the previous episode that I was sick and there wouldn't be an episode for a few days. And you guys were really cool about that. You kept saying, get well, get better, get 200% before I bother with the series, take care of my health first, so on and so forth. It was just really nice to know you guys are thinking about the series and me outside of the sub box and watching my episodes as they're uploaded, which is really cool. And I would really like to thank you guys for all your kind words. So, in between the previous episode and now, guys, there has been an update to the mod pack. 2 really cool things have been added, as well as a few updated mods and bug fixes, as you would expect. We have had warp books added to the mod pack, guys. As well, if you haven't noticed by now, I should point out, I am using the Sphax texture pack, guys. I told you I am a huge fan of it, and I mainly use this texture pack when playing modded Minecraft because it has such great support for mods and such an extensive range of textures for different machines and all your different mods. 99% of the mods are textured by Sphax, guys, which is really cool, and I love Sphax, so leave your feedback below about that, guys, but I think I'm going to keep it Sphax for the rest of this season anyway. So, yeah, warp books have been added. Previous to this update, there was no real way of teleporting around. There was no enhanced portals. There was really nothing, guys. The only really way to teleport around, say, if you had islands set up or something, would be with a legit nether hub. Maybe like a vanilla nether hub. Maybe possibly Thorncraft has a way of teleporting around to different locations, and that would be pretty cool, but that's a bit more endgame. Well, not exactly, but for some it may be endgame, and it's a bit further on than the beginning. Now, warp books is awesome. It is a really simple mod, guys. Only 2 items that need to be crafted from this mod. Let's go warp. And you have the book and the unbound pages, guys. So I don't have any on me at the moment. I have crafted some off camera. I haven't done much off camera, guys. Pretty much this whole series came to a halt when I got sick. I was just bed bound pretty much. So anyway, unbound warp page is easy to make, just a piece of paper and an ender pearl. The warp book is just a book and an ender pearl. You need both these items, mainly the warp book. What you do is you take a page, you hold it in your hand, you right click, and you will name a waypoint. Once you do that, you get your unbound page, which is, if we shift click, you can open the warp book and say you've just right clicked. Let's show you. Well, let's use the right one here. Surprisingly, that's the right one. Let's just double check. Yes. So you can shift right click to clear a page. This is what you get when you first craft it. You right click and we put start home. Done. Then what you do is shift right click your book, put your page in, and then right click on the book and, well, okay, that wasn't really what I wanted. Let's maybe fix that quickly. That wasn't too nice. It doesn't seem to be 100% accurate, guys. I don't know why. It sort of grabs different coordinates sometimes, not exactly where you are standing. Let's try that again. Let's just go out here. And okay. So yeah, that's all cool. That's cool. That is a really cool mod, guys. It is freaking awesome. So yeah, the other mod that has been added is in Cheridon. And that doesn't cost a thing, guys. You don't need ender pearls in your inventory, nothing. It is really cheap. It is sort of OP, but it's very fitting for SKYBLOCK. So the other mod that has been added, guys, is the Enchiridion. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, guys. I'm sure I just butchered the pronunciation of that. But I think it's the only, let's just see. How do you spell it? Yeah, it's the only item in this mod, guys. It is crafted 2 pieces of paper and 2 string, okay? So what you do with that is right click it and you can put in all your what the hell? Oh, I died before and this is where my warp book went. Okay, I have a spare warp book. That is nice to know. Did I even test this? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, sweet. Okay, we've got a spare warp book. One thing I will just say, so you can put all your books in here. Sorry for rambling. I'm on a lot of cough medicine at the moment, guys, so I'm a little bit hopped up on cough medicine. You can put all books in here from the mod pack, guys. It's not really meant for enchanted books or anything like that, but all your books explaining mods, the quest book itself for this mod pack, all your Tinker's Construct books, your tutorial / explanation books that are given to you from Spawn. The only book that I found doesn't work and doesn't go into this book binder is the what's new to open blocks, but that's not crucial, guys. You don't need that whatsoever. You don't even really need world domination with open blocks, but it's just cool to have that in there because there's a huge inventory for this book binder. So what you do is you just right click on the book you want to access, and it's just that simple, guys. Really, really easy. This was a quest, guys, to craft. It opened another quest for the beginning learning to SKYBLOCK. Very simple. You just get a 1/4 of a heart from it. I can't believe I made that warp book all over again. I have died quite a few times, guys. What? What? Didn't I notice? Wasn't I out here before? Were my machines just here before? Okay. What? I backed up my world when I updated the mod pack. This shouldn't be a problem. I did back up my world, guy. What the hell? These were vanilla chests. Why would they corrupt and disappear? What the hell? But I've got a harvester and my planter. What is my ducks? I've got 2 fluid duck. What is going on? 2 seconds, guys. Let me just check something. Okay, we're back, guys. I don't know what is going on. I've lost everything. Absolutely everything. Yeah, I'm just joking, guys. Bedridden. I haven't been bedbound, whatever I said. I may have lost my voice. I was speechless. I was voiceless. But that doesn't mean I cannot play my favorite thing to do lately, Agrarian Skies. So, in between, well, over the past, this whole season, I really wanted to avoid creating a huge area. I didn't like the idea of just extending the platform further and further, adding more machines, areas, farming areas, different mechanics, different stuff everywhere. We were all over the place. Pipes and fluid ducts and energy conduit was just going everywhere, guys. Hello, friend. So, we have done something about that, guys. I'm almost glad I got the time off from recording to do this. That is very dangerous. So, I went ahead. Oh, that was weird. Oh, weird lighting. Yeah, I've been busy, guys. I've been sick, but I've been busy at the same time. So we've moved the majority of our stuff over from here. We barely have to come here anymore. You may have noticed before, when it teleported me outside, my stomach dropped because that was the whole idea. I didn't want to show you guys outside. I was going to be like, oh my god, all my stuff's gone. I tried to keep it all secret and I didn't try and look over there before. But anyway, so I got sick of platforms. I was always wanting to build an area, but every episode I tried working on more and more quests, getting further and further through the quest book, and it just was, I just kept doing things very plain and simple, extending areas, like those stone slabs. That was my idea of fancy at that point in time. But guys, I have been busy. I've been busy. You guys should really, really enjoy this. I have really enjoyed building this thing. It's not the prettiest. It's definitely not the prettiest place, but it is very, very, very functional. And I can't wait to show you guys my new area. I've pretty much used everything, moved everything over from there. I just don't have an area to farm a lot of things at the moment. But with the warp book, I can teleport back and forth so easy. I may utilize that area still. But we have created, I wanted to create it. This is SKYBLOCK. There's nothing else to do but create sky sort of islands or platforms. So I thought, of course, as most people would, a sky island sort of theme would be really cool. So I went ahead and crafted myself an open blocks building guide, guys. Really, really cool item. I'll show you how they work in this episode at some point if I remember to. If you guys haven't seen them, really, really cool item / machine for creating shadows to build in, giving you guides of how to build domes and your hard shapes that you usually are really difficult to plan out by sight. So anyway, I went ahead and made this island out of dirt, obviously. It's pretty shallow. I'd like to make some more character to this island, create more sort of dirt pylons going down and make it a bit more of a natural feeling island. Everything's very perfect and symmetrical here, and that's what the building guide helps you do. So I first made this island, guys. I did what would you call it? The landscaping afterwards. I put in a bit of a moat so I could have my wheat around here for my food source. I was going to put in fruit plants, guys, fruit trees around here, But I had these saplings from sieving soul sand. We got some really cool nether trees, the fuse wood and the dark wood trees. So they're really cool and they look awesome around this island. We've also planted some sugarcane, really just for looks, but also because we do need sugarcane here and there. So what I did first is I wanted to utilize what room I had inside the base of this island. So this is pretty much as much room as I have. This between these elevators is literally 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, guys. And we have moved, everything is pretty much set up identical to what I did in the previous setup, guys. Throughout this whole season, I have showed you guys how to set up these machines and how I have set up these machines. It is very similar, a bit different of a layout, a lot more compact, obviously. We have a whole heap of crucibles here creating a ton of lava. We have an igneous extruder feeding them cobblestone, obviously. We've upgraded all our item ducts to impulse item ducts, as well as all our conduit is the hardened conduit. I don't see the point in going to the redstone conduit, the higher tier one. So yeah, that's creating lava. I removed the netherrack because it's too noisy having the fire source, and it's another layer of, you need 2 blocks to have the netherrack, the fire, then the crucible. The lava's a lot easier. It doesn't create lava quite as fast as the netherrack and the fire does, but I'm happy with the lack of burning fire noise down here. So yeah, we have tanks here, a whole heap of open block tanks. It does go one more up into the ceiling. This ceiling is completely microblocks, guys. I usually stay away from using microblocks. I've used a lot in this build. They've come a long way since 1.5.2 microblocks. They work a lot better now. They fit in the same area as pipes. They never used to really be able to do that, and they hide so much. We have all our pipes running through the floor, which is really cool. We have our 4 magmatic dynamos. They are creating our energy, going into a redstone energy cell and then getting fed out to all the other machines that we'll show you in a second. We have the igneous extruder here that is feeding the 3 pulverizers, creating sand, gravel, and dust to sieve into all our resources. Like I said, all these setups I've done before. Previously, I've just moved them over here and made them all a bit more compact. We have our mycelium. Another 2 pulverizers here. They create sand to feed into the witch water, which creates soul sand and gets fed into 2 of the autonomous activators. And then this gets all sucked out into our storage system, which we'll show you here in a second. So that is downstairs. We have the open blocks elevators. So many cool things from open blocks, guys. I was blown away when steak gives me less saturation and hunger than toast. But we died and lost all our toast. So I died quite a few times, guys, building this. How many lives do I have? I have 10 lives, guys. Isn't great. I had 15 when I left you guys last. A lot of it was falling to the void. A few was falling and dying in different areas. Okay, so then what we did is I created a dome cylinder type building. I was going to create this 2 stories. That's why I created the wall so high. And then I came up with the idea, I've always wanted to use bloodstone saplings, and I wanted to use a dome for the roof. Just using the building guide allows you to do things you were a bit maybe worried and hesitant to do without the building guide. It is a freaking awesome tool. I'll just show you it here quickly, guys. Yes, I have applied Energistics. I'll talk about that in a second. So the building guide, you just place it down. It's crafted with just a torch surrounded in glass in a 3x3 crafting grid. And you have so many different shapes you can make, guys. It is absolutely crazy awesome. This is a really, really cool block, guys. If you haven't seen it before, you can change the size of it. It is really, really cool. The height, just everything. Yeah, it is really cool. Really, really, really cool. So, that's how I created all the perfect domes and circles and so on and so forth. So anyway, nevertheless, we put in a blood sapling. I always wanted to use these. They grow upside down in the nether. You just grow them on a piece of netherrack on the underside of it, and you can bone meal them. Unfortunately, by naturally growing them naturally or with bone meal or whatever, they are huge. They have a 2x2 trunk and they grow further than what this floor is. Like, it glitched out. The tree just spread through my house sort of thing, and I had no idea how big it was. So I sort of cut down the tree. I got some shears and sheared off all the leaves, and I crafted my own sort of tree, guys. I didn't craft it. I built my own custom sort of tree. I want to make some more character to that later on. It's a bit too symmetrical, but it's pretty cool. So then what we did is we moved in all our items in our machines from, so we moved in all our chests, so on and so forth, all our stuff from over there, all our thermal expansion machines, aqueous accumulator, pulverizers, all our stuff from before. I need to put in some microblocks in there. I don't like seeing the grass through there. But anyway, so we've moved our tool stations, anvils, everything over here, our smeltery. We've upgraded the smeltery a little bit just with some hoppers and a redstone clock, which can automate the process of blocks or ingots. You can use the ingot cast as well, and the redstone clock. It just gives the faucets a signal every second, and it sort of automates the process of blocks if you want to. It's pretty handy. I used it to make all of this clear glass from Tinker's Construct. Okay, so before I even came over here, guys, I decided on a bit of a color scheme and a lot of blocks I would use. Unfortunately, it's not the biggest deal, but there's no Sphax texture for the MineFactory Reloaded bricks, which is a bit unfortunate, but they do fit well even though they're not the same texture. These are vanilla texture, then you got Sphax, more Sphax on the floor. Sorry guys if you can hear my phone, should have that on silent. But anyway, some really cool blocks. We got Tinker's Construct, redstone bricks. Up top, on the top layer, we have some lapis bricks, obsidian bricks around the base. We have the fancy obsidian bricks for the floor. And we've got a cool... Okay, so that's what it's built out of. All cool. We've got our storage area, guys. We moved over all our barrels. All the item ducts and all the energy conduit is all hidden through the floor here and the walls, guys. I've used a lot of micro blocks, but it's cool. I've got over 200 frames in here on far render distance. Not that I'm rendering anything at far, but yeah, it's more than enough. So yeah, we have extended our barrel array a little bit, meaning we have more barrels than before, just to collect all our sand ores, and we're collecting pretty much 95% of our ores. The rest come here to the barrel. Wow, our flint chest must be full. I need to upgrade that. So that's cool. We obviously have put in some applied energistics, guys. We sort of worked on this in a previous episode when we worked on the ExtraCells, the sort of liquid version of applied energistics. We had to work on that for a previous quest. and we will use those later on, and we will work on applied energistics in quests, so I can talk about it a bit later on. So I wasn't too fast. I wanted to make this, and I did it off camera because I didn't want to have a heap of chests. I wanted this storage system as compact as possible, and applied energistics is awesome for that. I could have fed everything into applied energistics, but that would require me crafting a lot of 64k drives, and I didn't want to have to do that. I started off crafting a few 64k drives, then a 16k drive, but then I realized I wasn't really going to use them when I had barrels here already. So I just sorry guys. I just created a heap of 4K storages because I'm not using up all the bytes in these. I'm just using up all the types. So we've got more than enough storage at the moment. We have a crafting terminal, we have a access terminal, and we have also a wireless access point. And we have the maximum amount of wireless boosters in there as well. So we can access our inventory from all over the place. So what we did then is we created okay, we'll talk about this madness. This is a really cool mob system, and I'm really happy with this setup. I have really good rates, and I've come up with a really cool contraption here at the bottom to collect really cool different items and do something really cool with ExNihilo and MineFactory Reloaded. So we created this chimney. I wanted this in my main building because if you can feed the mobs to a bit of a funnel, you can sort of create the killing area in quite a small space. So what we did is created a chimney, sort of the same style as the building, as you can see guys, and it goes all the way up to some spawning pads. I went through a lot of trouble finding of ways to stop mobs from taking fall damage without using a liquid, because all liquids, it seems, molten, like glowstone, all different liquids make Enderman teleport, and that was really messing me up. They were just going everywhere and killing me. That was a cause for a few of my deaths. So yeah, I've got slime blocks down here, which work fine for me. They negate fall damage. They work like the new slime blocks in 1.8 vanilla Minecraft, where you bounce on them. They're really cool. They're a part of Tinker's construct. But the mobs seem to just forget about that, and they take full fall damage on them. So I had to use spider webs, guys. It slows up the system a little bit, but it's far enough down so it frees the mob cap and more mobs can spawn, and these guys don't take fall damage, and it's really cool. So I could sort of open it up here, guys. I'll just break this block. So I've got conveyor belts here feeding all the mobs down there. I have 2 blocks there with conveyor belts on them, as you can see, for a reason you're about to see now. We have an Enderman. We have the space for Enderman to spawn up there. So he's going to come down now, get caught on the conveyor belt. He's nearly through the spider web. And I've got some witch water there, guys. So that's turning these skeletons into wither skeletons. It's also turning creepers into charge creepers, which is really cool. And it turns spiders into cave spiders, which gives me fermented. That's my first spider jockey. It gives me spider eyes, fermented spider eyes, which is pretty cool. Not many. We get some really cool drops from this, guys. But yeah, the reason I have that all set up is because the witch water makes Enderman teleport. So I needed to make that. It's really cool that Endermen are too high and they don't go into the witch water, but everything else does. It's held there by a heap of signs. and it's really cool. So I'm really pleased with this setup. We are getting a lot of cool items, a lot of crap too, which I want to try and get rid of eventually. It's hard to get rid of these items because it's hard to filter stuff that has different durabilities. We could store them in filing cabinets. I thought filing cabinets stored multiple different items with different durabilities, but they actually store just one item, so you can put, say, bows in there, but it won't take any other items. It'll take all different durability bows and stack them as well. This is an extra utilities thing. It's really cool. But it only takes bows. It won't take boots or any armor or swords. So that was a bit unfortunate. So I'm getting a lot of that crap, which I need to keep throwing out. This is a really cool thing too, the trash can. I'll show you how it works quickly. We're gonna get an unenchanting setup going in probably the next episode, guys. I want to get that set up so I can start eliminating a lot of this stuff and getting rid of a lot of it. But this trash can is really cool. It is like instant destroying of items. It is really cool. Let's put our other warp book away. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, that's our whole setup here. Let's go show you our spawning pads and everything. Oh, we got one more bow there. Beautiful. Oh yeah, let me just show you guys. Look at the drops we're getting. We're getting enchanted books somehow. We're getting heaps of enchanted armor and items. We're getting boats. We're getting paintings, believe it or not. Where was the painting? I promise you guys, I'm getting paintings. I'm getting anything else weird here. A lot of trophies, obviously, getting quite a few trophies. Suck it, B-dubs. If you guys follow B-dubs, you'll know what I mean. Trophies are really cool. They're a 1 in 1,000 chance drop. They're an open blocks item. And the skeleton one throws out a skeleton. I'm not sure whether they actually hurt you or not. I've yet to get one land on me properly. I don't think they do. You have the creeper one, which is really cool. I have a sound muffler here underneath, hidden in the ground, guys, because this gets very noisy without it. And the zombie one just makes zombie noises. So yeah, and we've got a heap of player heads here, guys, from all my deaths. So we've also got a bit of a barrel array here, obviously, to collect all our items from our mobs. That was a bit self-explanatory. So we have a warp page. We can go to the top floor. So up here we have a bit of a place to spawn friendly mobs, as well as grow trees if I need to. I'm not 100%, I'm pretty happy with the white stained glass down below on the top dome. I should say the bottom dome. But this clear seared glass, the clear glass from Tinker's Construct has some weird edges when it's a connected edge. You don't see the edge of the glass, which I think you really should there. So it's got a really weird effect with this dome. It is sort of cool, but it's a bit weird at the same time. But anyway, it's cool. I'm going to leave it. It takes so long to make this this clear glass, guys. Do I have anything on me? Because I have a hole in here, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? It's the way back. Yeah, right here. Believe it or not, guys, I can access my terminal from all the way up here. It is crazy. I never thought that I would be able to access it up here. I just wanted to be able to access it as far as possible. But yeah, that is really cool. So hopefully I don't die here. I do remember that I kept it lit, so I could show you guys how I built this spawning pad. So I've started with the bottom the bottom spawning pad. Sorry, I can barely speak at the moment. I'm trying to keep it as entertaining and as normal an episode as possible. I'm still pretty sick, guys, but hopefully I'm doing alright. I wanted to bring you guys an episode because I've gotten so far. I wanted to get you guys updated. So, spawning pad. Beautiful, we didn't die. So we're using conveyor belts, guys. This is the top floor of the spawning pad. I'll just be able to teleport back up. So I should be able to show you hopefully I don't die if I go down here. So, the mobs spawn in here. It's a bit based on the mobs moving. I've put conveyor belts all around the edges so that the mobs can't get stuck in corners and they get a bit forced to the middle. And then it's a bit relied on the mobs movement, but it's pretty good, guys. I get some pretty crazy rates in this spawner. You saw some crazy rates before, and that was only one floor of spawning. So yeah, can we go down here without dying? So all the mobs get fed eventually down here through this central point, and they eventually, wow, that's a weird lighting glitch. Is that from the torches up top? I don't know, that is really weird. These conveyor belts are such a pain. This is completely my design, guys. I came up with this myself. I've made it so all the mobs that fall from the top floor, 100% they get driven to the conveyor belts and then they go down the tower here that we have. But the other mobs that spawn on this floor, once again, it's a bit dependent on them moving. If they move over here, they get trapped, and this is all set up to feed them around the outside of the area and get fed over here. So there's no way. If they touch any conveyor belt, they are stuck. They are done for. Yeah, so it's a really cool setup, guys. I wish I could have done it on camera, but yeah, it's the one thing I wish I did on camera. So let's go back up here, and we're just going to enable this spawning pad, and we'll go down and explain... no, we've explained how the whole thing works. That is the weirdest lighting glitch. What lighting level do I get here? LC. Oh, it's 0. Okay, that's cool then. It's just a weird lighting glitch there. That is really weird. Okay, let's go. Let's go top floor. Beautiful. Did I point out, guys, I think I did, but once again, I will just point out, do not use the warp book inside the bookbinder. It works until you try and teleport, and then you will crash your server or maybe your client. Anyway, I think I've said that. Sorry for repeating myself if that's the case. Whoa. How did you spawn? Where did you come from? There's no hole in my system. Okay, that's a bit weird. So, how did I get cobwebs, guys, is a good question as well. I was asking myself that because I was using so many different items. Ladders are weird because mobs can fall on ladders. Signs are only really useful for holding liquid, which, like I explained, teleports Enderman. Oh no, I'm getting the hiccups. Please do not get the hiccups. Okay, so to craft and create cobwebs, guys, is a nice item from Blood Magic. Luckily, I've worked on Blood Magic already. All you need is a blood orb in this thing. You also need a blood orb to craft it. It's very easy. You just need a brewing station and a few pieces of stone, I think. And then you get, this, which you put in string, and then you get cobweb, which is really cool. And it floats on here. It's really cool, and so does the string. It's a pretty cool little machine from Blood Magic. So, is that everything? have I explained everything? There is so much to show you guys. I think I've explained everything. We are getting so many resources now, guys. There is one thing I wanted to do. We're not really going to work on quests here today. I think I already mentioned this too, guys. But you guys left me some other cool comments, not just comments giving, regarding comments about my health and so on and so forth. But you left me comments talking about I needed to upgrade the tier of my strong boxes to actually craft the deep storage devices. I'm sure I've already spoken about this. Anyway, we're going to work on something else pretty cool. We need to work on some armor shortly. I may make some... How many diamonds do I have? 57. Just for now, to eliminate my chances of dying, let's actually make sure nothing else goes in that barrel. Let's make some full-on diamond armor, guys. Maybe we can enchant it in the next episode too. I have not made armor whatsoever, guys. Yes, there's probably some other armor I could have made, but I'm not too fast. I'm getting a lot of diamonds at the moment, although we did just use a lot. But we've still got 34, which is cool, and we've got a heap of emeralds. So, yeah, finally we have some semi-decent armor. As well, another thing we can do to increase our health, and I assume maybe prolong our need to eat. I'm wondering how this works with Hunger Overhaul and whether it's configured to work with Tinker's Construct, because from killing the with the skeletons, guys, we get necrotic bones. What can we do with those, you may ask? One thing I know we can do with these, if we press U, you see we can use them to create red heart canisters. So we need a jeweled apple, we need a necrotic bone, a miniature heart, and an empty canister. So, to craft an empty canister, if I'm not mistaken, we'll craft 2 of them, is just like that. No. Does it have to be in a certain area? Where are we? Oh, aluminium. Oh, really? Do I have... I should have aluminium. Do I have any aluminium? Really? No aluminium whatsoever? Okay, let's quickly grab some aluminium. Thank you, the first time I've had to use it. Let's just put it through the furnace. Beautiful, and we'll get some aluminium. Lovely. Oh, we only get 1 ingot? Oh yeah, that makes sense. It might be better to put this through the smeltery to get more ingots per dust, but I'm not too fussed, especially with aluminium. So there's 1, and we'll quickly grab another 4 ingots, and bam, beautiful. Okay, and then we have, I believe, 2 miniature hearts. Lovely, let's grab those. These are different from the quest book hearts, obviously, guys. They're from Tinker's Construct. So, do we have everything we need? No, the jeweled apple. So, actually, I believe it's an apple and 4 diamonds. Yep. So, apple. We need 2 apples and 8 diamonds. Damn. Okay. Lovely. Whoops. Move that back in there. Okay. So, then we go like that. The necrotic bone, the miniature heart, and the empty canister. And we get 2 red heart canisters. Heart canisters. Oh my god, I keep choking here, guys, and I keep slipping up with my words. I apologize. We're nearly done with this episode, guys. So, what these do is they go on your Tinker's Construct tab, I believe up the top. Oh yeah. And if we wait a second and if we get well fed, awesome, we're well fed. Come on. Maybe. Why you no work? You don't want to work? Where's my extra lives at? You no work. Where's my extra lives? Permanent health increase. Do I have to eat them? No, they just go to the same place. Oh, here we go, guys. Maybe I needed to do that to activate them. How cool is that? So that will give us another 2 hearts, if I'm not mistaken. You can do a total of 10 of these. But the only way I've gotten miniature hearts so far is, I do believe, from slime spawning at my slime tree. A way I do believe you can get these hearts is from wither skeleton bosses, wither bosses, which I may be able to do because I can. Another thing, one thing I should point out, which I haven't yet, is I'm collecting the mob essence, guys. Some of you may have been thinking, what the hell is that glowing green stuff? But yeah. We've got a heap of open block tanks here, guys. It's actually like an L shape, so there's a 3rd row of blocks behind there. So this is completely full at the moment of mob essence. You don't have to take out the mob essence. It doesn't jam the machine. It keeps working, but we are full of mob essence. So I want to create some safari nets eventually, so we can start making an auto-spawning area. But I want to create some epic area where we can do that, where we can spawn in monsters and friendly mobs and things we need for quests. Maybe we need a heap of cows, a heap of steak, maybe a heap of bacon, heap of pigs. We can spawn them in using safari nets and auto-spawners. But yeah, I am going to end it here, guys, before I lose my voice and I can rest my throat, so I can hopefully bring you guys another episode tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. It's been very exciting. I know it's been a lot. I know I should have done a lot of this on camera, but I was very ill. Not ill enough to keep me from playing Agrarian Skies, but yeah, I couldn't record, guys. So I apologize for that. Thank you all for your patience. If you are still watching this series, I really hope you guys check out this episode. If you are still watching this, I love you, and you've made it to the end of the episode. Please rate the video if you enjoyed it. It helps me out. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Leave your feedback down below. I always appreciate it, and I'll reply to you guys in the comments as often as possible. And I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. Have a lovely day, guys. I'll see you guys in episode 13. Peace.